Smile.
Directors.
Okay.
This is Bill Smith of the Tucker County Rotary Club and camera person Linda Smith of the Tucker County Club as well, reporting for the 2014 District 7530 Conference on the History of Rotary. The members of our group are and include Alan, Rick, Jenny, Linda, Julia, and Crystal. And we'll start with Alan. Alan, why did your group name this time period as they did?
Well, it's the 1930s, and it's worldwide depression, and it, as well as wars and civil wars that largely marked the history of this particular era. It impacted Rotary significantly throughout the period that varied from full depression in the early 30s to wartime in the later 30s.
And Alan, could you describe the status of the number of Rotary clubs and Rotarians during this time period?
Due to the economics of the era as well as the wars, it was up and down, but it was a period of sustained growth if you consider it as a decade. We started with 3,300, a little bit over 3,300 clubs and 153,000 members, and grew at one time over 5,000 clubs, but we ended the decade with 4,967 clubs and over 209,000 members. So it saw a significant growth over the entire period. And this was marked by an expansion to a number of different areas of the world as well as different countries of the world.
Fantastic. Hey, Rick, what is the major club service milestone or project representative of this period?
Well, Bill, I'm glad you asked. In 1932, Chicago Rotarian Herbert Taylor formulates the four-way test. Of all the things we think, say, and do, is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And is it the truth?
And that's the truth.
Great, fantastic. Jenny, what is a major Rotary Foundation milestone or project also representative of this period?
During the 1930s, the Rotary Foundation had some trouble with the Depression, with funding going up and down, but they still continued to provide assistance, and one of the examples for this decade was working with the Red Cross to form the Rotary Relief Fund to support those who had been affected by the wars.
And it looks like Linda got out from behind the camera. Linda, name a key Rotarian or group of Rotarians influencing the Rotary movement and their contribution.
Well, we were lucky to have Paul Harris come out of his retirement and travel extensively during this decade all over the world to just about every continent, many countries, to expand in many areas. And he attended the very first convention in South America during this decade.
Great, fantastic. Julia, what was something about this time period that you didn't know but were interested to discover?
Bill, I guess the thing that I didn't know really fully was the real impact of the Depression in this decade, as well as the impact of the approach of World War II. So as we talked about that in our group and thought about that, you know, just really understanding the extent of that was something that really did impress me. In 1931-32, for example, in particular, this builds on Alan's comments earlier, and that is that in that year alone, over 27 clubs were disbanded, and 2,000 members were lost in that year alone. So also significant is that Rotarians participated in disarmament conferences. I didn't know that, but I thought that was really exemplary of what Rotary is all about. And those conferences were held in Paris, France, and Geneva, Switzerland.
Fantastic. Crystal, what is the lasting legacy of this period that still exists in Rotary today?
The group discussed this quite fully because we had opinions, and we decided that at the convention the delegates adopted a respect for human rights. and resolution. And that later became the model for the UN's Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Fantastic.
And that still exists.
Great, thank you very much. This is Bill Smith reporting on the 1930s for the 2014 District Conference of District 7530.
Thank you.
Yay.
Signing off.